Hello and welcome to the Wayward Skein. I should have checked what episode this was before I started recording, so let me just take a peek. I think it's episode 20, but I'm not entirely sure. Because I'm super organized, and I've done this before. Really? Sorry. We'll just say it's episode 20 and go with it. So I'm not sitting here playing on my computer while I'm talking to you guys. So it has been an eventful week. And I'm tired, so tired. It is 9 o'clock on Sunday night. I meant to record yesterday, but I was scheduled to work during the day. Instead of 4 hours in the evening, I worked 6.5 hours during the day. So that messed up my whole schedule for the weekend. And yeah, oh well. It was dark by the time I got home, so I didn't record. And then I was like, yeah, I'll record Sunday morning. I slept right through Sunday morning. I got up at noon. I mean, the neighbor's kids woke me up building a snowman outside at 7:30 in the morning, but I went right back to sleep. So I'm using my brand new Bijou Basin mug. Aren't they gorgeous? I have two of these. And the tea I am drinking today, sorry, I'm Lynn, also known as Toll Baby. Let's get with the program here. You can find me pretty much everywhere online as Toll Baby. I don't use Twitter. I think the episodes post to Twitter when they're new, but I don't use Twitter myself. So, and I probably should, but I've got enough social media to play with. It is Sunday, October 28th, and how the heck did that happen? October's just gone. It snowed today. Hooray. Not ready for that yet. Don't like snow. But I suppose it had to happen eventually, so it's not going to stick. What? Really? I just started. Wait your turn. So anyway, it was cold today. It snowed. It's already mostly gone, so it'll be warm again by Friday. But it's that time of year where you don't know if it's going to snow a foot or be 20 degrees outside. That's fall for you. So my tea today is actually quite delicious. It is the Rhinebeck tea. It's the New York Sheep and Wool tea. And it came in a little, like I bought it in the souvenir tent where I bought the tea, well, where I bought the hoodie anyway, not the t-shirt. I had pre-ordered the t-shirt. But it is called Apple Almond Harvest tea. It came in a little tin with 15 tea bags in it. So I bought one. Sue bought one. It is delicious. It's really, really good. It has a lot of really, I don't want to say strong because that's not the word I'm looking for. It has a very robust almond flavor. It's got a hint of apple. It's got some hibiscus in it. It's got some spices in it. It's amazing. So good. And I love my mug. So, that's my tea and I'm really enjoying it. There's obviously something in it because there's like little globs of fatty stuff on top, probably one of the flavorings. Well, almonds are very fatty nuts, aren't they not? So, but anyway, it comes in little pouches like this, and there are 15 of them in the little canister that it comes in, and it has like a New York Sheep and Wool sticker on it. So we were like, Rhinebeck tea, yeah. So that's my tea today. So, as you guys know, all hell broke loose last weekend. My mom is fine. She's still very weak. She can't stand or walk around a lot. She can a little bit, but it's not, she doesn't have all her energy back, and it's going to be a long time before she does. So we're trying to make things a little bit easier for her, not force her to run around as much, and anyway. So she's doing much better. She was actually amazed and shocked that knitters cared what was going on with my mother. So anyway, yes, Mom, the knitters do care. So thank you guys all for your support and your messages, and it meant a lot to me, and I appreciate it. So thank you. I've also become a little bit more philosophical looking back on Rhinebeck. I'm like, okay, I did get to spend the weekend in the most beautiful place in the world with a lot of people that I really cared about, and I got a lot of hugs, and it was kind of awesome. So You're really just going to stay there until I let you up, aren't you? Okay, her head is right here. Hi. Come here. Come here. They don't want to sit here watching for 5 minutes while I wait for you to decide to come over. Oh well, too bad. She's now hiding under my desk. So, too bad, so sad, cat. Very, very tasty tea. So, I actually did get a little bit of knitting done this week. Not a lot. Sorry, I'm a little tangled here. This is how the yarn has been unraveling from the center of the ball. So, this is my Flirt Shawlette so far. And I'm finally starting to see the color change in the green, and I'm loving it so much. It's so pretty. So this is the Flirt Shawlette by Heidi Sharp. It's for the Bijou Basin Cal. If you're not participating in the Cal yet, you still have time to join. Basically, you have time to join until the day we finish. So we are going from October 20th right up to December 31st. If I happen to be up at midnight on December 31st, I will lock the thread. If not, I'll lock it the next day, and you might be able to squeak in if you didn't finish the night before. So it's any pattern by Bijou Basin, or any yarn by Bijou Basin, any yarn dyed by Annie Modisett, or any pattern by Annie Modisett. Hi. She can actually get her head like right here. And she jumps up and like puts her paws on the like she's a very tall cat. Hi. So maybe eventually she'll make her way all the way up onto the table. Really? She's sitting there on her back paws and patting me with her front paw. But you keep going under the desk. What am I supposed to do with you? No, don't headbutt my legs. So anyway, that's the knit along, and so I am doing the Flirt Shawlette by Heidi Sharp. It is one of the patterns available on Bijou Basin Ranch's website, and it was designed specifically for this yarn, which was dyed by Annie Modisett of Mode Knit Yarns. So I'm finally into the lighter green, and I'm about to hit the gray, so I'm super excited. I can't wait to see what this ends up looking like. I mean, you guys saw it. It was like this wide. So I got about that much done. But the rows are now so long. They're 160 some odd stitches now. So I increased 3 stitches every row. So it's actually getting quite long now, and it's not that exciting yet because I haven't gotten into the lace part of the pattern. Really. So I am knitting it out of Bijou Basin Tibetan Dream. And this is the green to black fade. Sorry. Really, cat? She's a little overexcited right now. What do you do? Where are you? Oh my God. Silly feline. She's like over there now. And I have regrets. I kept my jacket on because it was cold outside. I have regrets. I'm very hot right now, so I'm just going to pull my sleeves out of it. Sorry. Don't mind me. I'm a little inept when it comes to dressing and undressing myself. Yeah. Especially since the fabric of the jacket and the fabric of the shirt really stick together. Sorry, I was getting warm there. So yeah, that's what I'm knitting it out of, and it is on size 5, US 5, which is 3.75 millimeter. And I actually bought these at Rhinebeck. These are Knitter's Pride Zings. They have the size very clearly marked on the side of the needle, which you won't be able to see because there's no way that's going to focus. And they're an aluminum needle. They have silver tips. Each size has a different color. These ones are purple. And I love them because they're a lot pointier than the carbons. I am loving these so much. So I may have to buy myself some more of these. So that's what I'm knitting. Now I did tell you guys that I managed to finish the Celestial sock, well, one of the Celestial socks. And then I unraveled it. And I promised to show you guys pictures, and then I didn't. But I do have pictures, I swear. I will try to remember to put them at the end of this podcast. But on the bus one day this week, I cast on the new sock. I got a whole 2 rows knit, and that was it. I have not had an abundance of knitting time this week. Part of that is because I've been standing on the bus a lot, which sucks. But part of it is also that I've been really, really tired this week. I have been sleeping a little bit on the bus. And quite frankly, I've been working on the shawl on the bus, so I haven't been getting very far with that. But I'm hoping to make some progress on them this week, since I am making fairly good progress on the shawl. And these live in a cute little needle keeper that my friend Mandy, who is Mandy Pinecone Crafts, made for me. You can see her signature pink fabric on the inside. So these are my rainbow polka dots. And the whole thing lives, come on, get off, in my gorgeous kitchen counter crafter bag by Java Jenny. So I'm going to find her tag is inside the, that's a bad idea. Sorry, I have a bottle of Coke sitting here. So there's her little tag. I can't tell if that's focusing for you guys or not, but that's what I've been knitting on. And these were a test knit for Brandy Miller Designs. I have sent the pictures to Brandy, so she can now release the pattern. I have sent her, I think I still need to send her my notes on how to do the top down, but other than that, she has what she needs from me, so I can now knit them at my own pace and don't have to rush. So that's what I'm doing. I have no stash acquisitions. I have no other knitting to speak of, but I do have something very important that I want to talk to you guys about. We've been talking about Annie Modisette for the knit along and so on and so forth, and yes, I did check, and she does pronounce it Modisette. She pronounces it actually more Modisette, but Modisette, close enough. Sorry, Annie. Anyway, Annie had a really, really, really crappy weekend while I was away at Rhinebeck. Annie has been the sole caregiver for her husband, Jerry, who was terminally ill with multiple myeloma. He was diagnosed about 10 years ago, and he's been, having treatment and so on and so forth, but it was a terminal cancer. It was never going to be cured, or he would never go into remission. That was not possible. Saturday, while we were at Rhinebeck enjoying ourselves and hanging out in the most beautiful place in the world, Jerry passed away rather suddenly. He had not, he had not been declining. It was not expected. It wasn't anticipated. So he passed away quite suddenly. And earlier this year, Annie was diagnosed with, give me a sec here. I had it on my screen so I wouldn't forget because I'm bad at this. Annie was diagnosed with high-grade B-cell lymphoma with MYC and BCL2 arrangements. I don't know what that means. But basically, she had tumors in her spine. It's cracked 2 of her vertebrae, and she has tumors on her neck. And she's been undergoing some rather intense chemo for the last few months, weeks. I don't remember exactly. But anyway, it's been really hard on her physically. And it's been really hard for her to continue being the sole caregiver for her husband while she herself has been so sick. But one side effect of Jerry passing away is that when he died, his SSDI, which is some kind of disability, immediately cut off. And sadly, she has not yet been approved, even though she applied several months ago. So Annie is now alone, having to deal with memorial service costs and having to keep herself afloat with no income, because obviously her dying, and she is a yarn dyer. She's mode knit yarns, and she's also a designer. She designs patterns. She has a number of books out, but obviously since she's been ill, she has not been working in that capacity. So she is now stuck without the income that they were living on, which was Jerry's disability, and she has not yet been approved for her own. So things have gotten pretty crappy for poor Annie, and I would like to help fix that. So, what I'm going to do, Annie has a PayPal thing set up. Sorry, I shouldn't be leaning on the table because every time I move, the whole computer just shakes. Annie has a PayPal set up for this. And so what I've done is I've started a thread in the group. And if you go in, you will find the link to donate at the bottom. If you click on that link and you make a donation, I don't care how big it is, how small it is. If you come back and post that you made a donation, I'm going to have a draw. I'm going to keep it open for 2 weeks and then have the draw the weekend of November 10th. I'm not sure, whenever I end up recording that weekend. So I'm going to have a draw. Now, if you donate, and I'm going to open this. It's been sitting here unopened for Lord knows how long, but I'm going to open it so you can see what you might win. Because I will be holding a draw among all the people who donated. Sorry, I'm just going to rip it open. So, a while back, Mina Phillip, who is Mina Makes, and she's also the designer, Mina Phillip, sent us this lovely bag that she had made. So there's her little tag there, Mina Makes. It's not going to focus. But anyway, there's this lovely medium-sized project bag. Why, I don't know why the ribbon is there, but there we are. So it is a fairly thick bag. I mean, this has some heft to it. It's one of those little wedge ones that's got the nice wide bottom. You could probably fit a fairly large shawl pattern in here. It's got the lovely little strap to hang on to. It's got a very good quality zipper. There's some pretty stiff interfacing in here. You could stand it on the table and it would stand up by itself. Sorry, it's not right now because there's nothing in it. But let's say you put something in the bottom of it. It'll stand there. And so it's a very nice bag. Lovely fabric. There you go. Ta-da. That's what it looks like. And I'm not sure about the ribbon. I don't know that I would use the ribbon to close it. But as you can see, the zipper is completely covered up by the fabric once you zip it closed. They do separate here somehow. Anyway, there's a very nice zipper on it in a coordinating color. And so it's a very, very nice bag that Mina sent us a while back for a giveaway. And so you could win that, but that's not all. Because I don't believe in things traveling alone. So you would also get this absolutely gorgeous skein of Lydia Squish DK, Squishy DK, sorry, in this lovely rainbowy colorway that is called Harlequin. It's spelled a little bit differently than Harlequin generally is. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it there. There it is. So that's Harlequin. And it is a DK. It's 100% superwash merino. It's a 4-ply. There's 230 yards in this. 100 gram skein. 100 gram skein. I will get it out eventually. And it's got all kinds of beautiful colors in it. I'm a little bit jealous because I don't want to give this away. It's super pretty and I like it, but it's going to go to one of you guys. So you're going to get this lovely bag and this lovely yarn just for making a small donation. So please head on over to the donation thread and send Annie a little bit of love because she really, really needs it right now. She's a very strong lady. I don't know how she has coped with everything that's been thrown at her in the last year, but let's try to make the rest of her year a little bit easier. Okay? So head on over to the thread, click the donate button, come on back, tell me you've donated, and you will be entered into a draw to win that stuff. So, speaking of the Bijou Basin Ranch Knit Along, my shawl is continuing apace, obviously. I haven't seen anything posted in the faux thread yet, but if you guys want to go and pick your spot, like if you want to reserve a post in there for yourself, because at the end of it all, there will be a second draw for people who have not yet finished. So there will be a draw for the folks who have finished. I showed you guys the minis last week. I finally pulled out the book that's going to be part of the prize pack. So this is Knitted Wraps and Cover-Ups by Annie Modisett. It's got 24 patterns in here. Some of them are absolutely stunning. She's got boleros, crop tops, all kinds of cool stuff. I'm going to find the one that's not on the cover. Like, look at this. That is beautiful. And she's got just a number of absolutely beautiful things. This is amazing. Sorry, I'm trying to show it to you without glare. This one is an entrelac poncho. It is absolutely beautiful. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of really, really nice patterns in here. Annie gave us this book herself a little while back. There's Annie right there. So, this is going to be part of the prize pack for the Bijou Basin Ranch cow. Not part of the donate to Annie's, you know, survival fund, sort of, whatever you want to call it. There's some information there about her and what she does and so on and so forth, so go check it out. If you are participating in the knit-along, either pop into the chatter thread and say, hey, I'm doing this, or pick out your spot in the faux thread. And anyway, I'd just like to know what you guys are working on, or what you're working with, or whatever. So hop on over there. A couple of things I did not mention last week. I didn't tell you guys about the blanket squares I knit because I wasn't going to schlep the blanket all the way out to Rhinebeck. So I actually did get a bit more work done on the blanket. Which end is that? That's the wrong end. Just pull the whole thing out. So I think I showed you guys. That's upside down. I'll get it. I will. So I think I showed you guys up to here. I had this, yeah, because I didn't know what this lovely stuff was. And then this was Cascade Heritage that I showed you guys from my friend Crystal. And I think you guys didn't see the last 3 squares. So there's my notebook right there. Oh, there's ketchup on it. Kid, damn it. My child decided to write in my notebook. I almost killed her. So this lovely pink stuff here is 3 Irish Girls McClellan fingering. I don't know the colorway. This was from Crystal. This one here is Rob's last pair of socks. This was Bergère de France Luberon in the Eau Vive colorway, and this was from leftovers from Rob's last pair of socks. This is Opal 4-ply in color 2101. It's from my friend Holly. So that's the end of row 6. And so now I'm going to be starting on the beginning of row 7. I didn't show that to you guys last week because I forgot, to be honest. Because I was here when I recorded, and I completely forgot. So that's what I was doing last week, and that is the Knitted Patchwork recipe by Martine Ellis. Well, it's loosely based on it. So I don't do the same decrease she does, and I don't cast on the same number of stitches, but there are other elements of the pattern that I've gone with. Or I did use her cast on number, and I don't remember. Because I'm also using the Cozy Memories by Georgie Nicholson as part of the base for the pattern. So I totally forgot to show you guys that last week. Sorry about that. Another thing that I did not mention last week was that I had finished my book. I brought it to Rhinebeck with me. So Sunday afternoon when Sue and I were in the cabin alone and we weren't doing anything and we weren't going out or anything, while she was having a nap, actually I think it was right after she woke up from her nap, I was reading my book and I ended up finishing it that day. So I was reading An Acceptable Time by Madeleine L'Engle, which is the last book in the Wrinkle of Time series. So now I can watch the movie. I'm super excited, but now it's no longer in theaters. So, boo. I will be picking up a copy of it because I really, really want to see it. So I did finish it, and it was great. Once I really got into it, I got so angry. I got so angry. There's a lot of... Let's just say there's a fairly abusive relationship in the book. And I got so mad. I just wanted to slap this one character, and the female character kept making excuses for him. and trying to find ways to forgive him and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, lady, come on! He's treating you like garbage. But anyway, I recognized a lot of things that I didn't like from guys from when I was a lot younger in this character. And I had trouble not getting angry with the character in the book because, oh, I was mad. Anyway, so I did finish the book, and I'm not sure what I'm going to read next, but it'll probably be off this shelf right here. I have, like, you guys can see that bookshelf. There's another one over there. Then there's another one next to it. Then there's 2 on that wall, and now there's 1 here. So 3 on that wall, sorry. I have a lot of books. And there's another bookshelf, like, across the window from that one. 2, actually. And there's one right here next to me. And I still have about 12 boxes of books in my son's room that I don't have room for. I have a lot of books. I'm trying to get through books that I don't intend to keep. I'm trying to read them so that I can leave them either in the small free library across the street or leave them on the counter at work. We have a little bookshelf counter at work where people put the books that they don't want anymore and other people grab them. So I'm not sure what I'm going to read next, but it's probably going to be something I don't intend to keep in my permanent collection. There are a number of authors that I will never give away. Stephen King being the foremost, Wilbur Smith being another big one. There's like about 60 authors that I will not get rid of. I will keep their books. Ruth Rendell, P.D. James, Michael Connolly, things like that. Anyway. So what I'm going to read next will probably be from somebody that I don't intend to keep. But anyway, I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. Sorry, I'm covered in cat. I'm not sure how because I didn't pick her up. And she went off to sleep on the couch or something. So I did end up finishing Agents of... I can't remember if I'd mentioned that I watched Thor Dark World. That's where I was in the Marvel Universe thing. So I watched Thor Dark World, and then I had to start Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I must have mentioned Thor because I remember mentioning that I'd watched the first 3 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I ended up watching the first 7, and then you watch Captain America Winter Soldier? No. Fortunately, I have it up on my computer. You watch the first 7 episodes of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., then you watch Thor the Dark World, so I probably hadn't mentioned it. Then you watch the next 7 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then you watch Captain America Winter Soldier, and that's what I finished last night. I watched Winter Soldier, and I'm so glad I did because I had no memory of it. I didn't remember. I remembered that we encountered Bucky again, but that's about all I remembered. So I really enjoyed it. I'd forgotten about Robert Redford, and ooh, I hated him in this movie. I remember seeing it in the theaters and going, oh, he's the bad guy. Like, as soon as he came on the screen, he's the bad guy. And if you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to tell you if I was right or not. I'm usually right about these things. But anyway, so I remember that, like, as soon as I started seeing it on the screen, I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah! So it was a little bit funny, but... and the best part of that movie is in the beginning of the movie, there's this guy running around the track. Well, he's running around the reflection pool at the Washington Memorial. I don't know. I've been to Washington, D.C. I've never seen that part, so I don't know I don't know what that is or where it is. Anyway, the big pool thing that has the gardens and sidewalks around it. So, guy was jogging around, and Captain America keeps coming up and going, on your left, on your left, on your left, as he's going around. And he's, like, running 13 miles in, like, 25 minutes. And the guy is like, yeah. And that was, to me, the funniest part of the movie. I love that. So, anyway, I watched that, and now I'm going to be on to the last several episodes of the first season, because there are 22 episodes in the first season, so I've watched 15 now. So now I have to watch 16 to 22. And I'm very much looking forward to it. I had forgotten how much I liked the early Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. before all the drama started, and that's such an odd thing to say, because it's like a ridiculously dramatic series. But anyway. So that's what I was doing, watching TV-wise. I have got one advantage of going to Rhinebeck is that a lot of my friends who had not podcasted in a long time have now podcasted. So Sarah the Canadian Knitter had an episode on her BookTube channel, which is called, because she changed the name of it, I forget what the name is. It was not just romance novels, but now it is, I'm sorry, I'm going to pop onto my... You'd think I'd be prepared. You'd think I'd have learned by now. And I already have YouTube open, so why am I opening another window? My computer's very slow right now because this is running. Let's go see. Sarah's there, where are you? So anyway, Little Big Knits has a brand new episode out, Rhinebeck Rundown. It's on Rhinebeck and Mohair, it's called. It's her episode 21. Sorry. I'm trying to get to it here. Andrea the Cat Lady has a new episode out, which is super cool because she was sort of on a hiatus for a little while. So I'm hoping that she gets back into it. I really, really, really hope. Steeped in Books is Sarah's new BookTube channel. So Steeped in Books. She has a Rhinebeck episode. It's not the most recent thing she's posted, but she does have a Rhinebeck episode. Sarah Nova Crafts has a new one. I don't think Kate has posted since she got back. But I know she had a prepping for Rhinebeck episode just before we left. So that's Kate of Hawthorne Cottage Crafts. Must Love Yarn have a Rhinebeck episode out. I'm just popping through the list here. I have a lot of things that I watch that are not knitting. Knitting Expat has a Rhinebeck recap. There are a lot of people. Rosehaven Yarn has a new episode out as well. She was not at Rhinebeck, but she does have a new episode out. And that's all I'm seeing right now. I'm not going to go back too far, but there we are. So Mina actually posted a vlog at Rhinebeck. Like, she posted footage that she shot at Rhinebeck. I totally intended to shoot some footage at Rhinebeck, and I had so much stuff going on that I just didn't. Mandy Pinecone Crafts also posted a Rhinebeck episode, which is super exciting because she hadn't posted one for a while. So a whole bunch of people have posted Rhinebeck recaps. Mine was last weekend, so there's all kinds of cool stuff to watch. I'm going to close YouTube now and stop looking at the computer screen. So anyway, that's about all I have to talk about this week. I'm pretty sure. I wanted to mention Annie to you guys so that you would go and donate. There was reading, there was TV, there was not much in the way of podcast watching. The extra hours at work this week have really killed me, so it was rough. I was living on painkillers yesterday, but I did okay, because, I mean, the difference between working during the day on a Saturday and working evenings at any point is that Saturday you don't get a break. It doesn't stop. Like, I still got my mandated half-hour lunch break, but, you know, you don't get a break between customers. It's one after the other. It's boom, 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 boom. We were slammed. And one of the nice things about working at the rich people's grocery store, I joke that it's the rich people's grocery store. It's not like Whole Foods or anything like that, but we do have some more specialized items and more like imported stuff and stuff that you can't find elsewhere. So that we do tend to have a slightly, how do I put this? I mean, we have people who would come in and get like the most basic and inexpensive stuff you can get. Whenever we have good sales, they will stock up on that stuff. But we also have stuff who will come through with a cart and it will not be overflowing, and their cart will cost $400. It's not unusual. So, anyway, I discovered that on Saturdays, people tip. I was shocked. I was like, I've never seen anybody tip a bagger at a grocery store before. This is completely foreign to me. Now, I remember when I worked at grocery stores in the past, we weren't allowed to accept tips. Apparently, here we are. And this lady actually tipped me for checking her groceries, and I was like, okay, and I handed the, thank you very much, and after she was gone, I handed the money to the bagger, because quite frankly, they do all the heavy lifting. But it was, I was flabbergasted that people actually tip at the grocery store. It was really funny to me, and my manager was like, you know what, according to corporate, they don't have a policy for or against it, so I just, whatever, these guys work hard, they deserve it, it's all good. I mean, they're not going to make a huge fortune in tips, but they may make, about $10 on a Saturday shift, so I was like, that's pretty cool. I will not tip at the grocery store, I'm sorry. We get paid fairly well. We're quite a ways above minimum wage, so I can't complain. But anyway, so that was my funny, shocking realization for Saturday. So today we went to my mom's for dinner, and my dad and I did most of the prep work while she supervised, because we kept trying to get her out of the kitchen and off her feet. I took her shopping. Well, we had to go to the drugstore. So I took her shopping. I drove her car. She was not happy. She's not supposed to be driving, but it is tiring for her, and she doesn't have a lot of energy, so I was like, I'll drive your car, I'm fine with that. So I drove her car, 'cause she hates my car. She hates my car. My car is a 14-year-old Toyota Corolla. Her car is a 3-year-old Dodge Journey. She does not like my car. So I drove her car, and it was fine. I don't like driving her car particularly because it's so much higher up, and it's a very large car. Like, I have trouble getting into the driver's seat because the seat is so far away from the edge of the door. It's like you're getting up and way over, and I have trouble doing that because I get in and I sit down and my seat's right, like my car is small. I can reach across and unlock the passenger door from the like I can open it from the inside. Her car, I wouldn't be able to do that. It's huge. Anyway, it was amusing. So we got that done. We ate. We herded cats, small children. It was fun. So my niece was a little cantankerous. She's teething. Her molars are coming in, so she was a little crabby, and she was wanting to be held. So I did a lot of that, and my body isn't used to it anymore, and she's getting heavier. So it was, I was pretty sore by the time we got in the car to go home. But anyway, so that was my weekend, and yeah, I slept till noon this morning. I totally did not intend to do that, but we got to do what we got to do, right? I had to work yesterday morning, so I couldn't sleep on Saturday. So I'm very much looking forward to going back to work tomorrow morning and getting to relax a little bit. I do my relaxing at the office because I'm sitting, and my job is, let's be honest, not the most difficult job in the world. My boss is pretty easy to take care of because she's pretty easygoing and isn't very demanding and doesn't have a lot of stuff she needs. She's pretty independent. And the stuff that I do for her is relatively easy. So I have no complaints in that respect. Tomorrow I get to take my last test for my PowerPoint class. I'm taking a PowerPoint class right now. And tomorrow's the last test, and then I have the final the weekend of the 10th. So fingers crossed for that. And we'll see how that goes, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to pass it, so not worried. Anyway, I'm just babbling to hear myself babble at this point, so I will say goodnight and finish my lovely tea. I'm loving how the color of this mug really pops against the purple. It's such a nice mug, and I have 2 of them. So anyway, I will say goodnight to you, and I will try to post this as quickly as possible. And please, 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 please come participate in the Annie Modisette donation thread. And come participate in the Bijou Basin Cal. I will see you guys later. Bye!